My name is Sihle Ntuli. I am a poet and classicist from KwaMashu originally. So I've lived almost in a lot of places. I've lived in New Germany, lived in Bloemfontein, Makanda as well. JIAS Fellow 2023, and very privileged to be here. So a bit of a backstory. Yeah, back in the day, my mother, not my mother, my grandmother was very big on Mzwakhe Ntuli and loved that booming voice that Mzwakhe had. So that was my first exposure to a poet in South Africa. And then, of course, I didn't really interact with poetry for those periods. Was interacting more with rap music. Notorious B.I.G. is one of my favorites. So I think going through that journey, I got to sort of understand more about lyricism and putting words together. And then eventually at Rhodes, I come across Seitlamo Motsape's Earth Stepper, The Ocean's Very Shallow, which is a classic poetry book collection. I think anybody will tell you that that is the peak of South African poetry. And that is how I got into it. So poetry as a medium, I think it works really well if you're not somebody who says a lot, like myself. I'm quite introverted, but I use words very economically. I like to get to the point quite quickly. So yeah, I like it as a medium, very direct, very quick. I like to speak a lot about blackness, the black lived experience, political themes. Sometimes love poems, but I tend to shy away from those. I don't think we're at that. The need for it is not as heavy as speaking about the black live experience at the moment. Um, yeah, I talk about a lot of things, but my main focus is black live experience, Durban poetry, uplifting Durban as a literary space. KwaMashu as well. I like to speak about the experiences we have in the township. Not to say I'm a township boy specifically. I did live in the suburbs as well, but I think this exposure to different worlds actually enhances my work quite significantly. I decided to apply because I felt it would be a great opportunity to have a new space to work at. Yeah, Durban, as much as I enjoy being with my family, it's also nice to have a place where I can isolate myself and really work on the craft. And of course, Joburg being a very vibrant atmosphere with a lot of artists, entertainment industry, poetry scene is also great here. So I want to immerse myself in that as well and also, yeah, make myself known in this concrete jungle. So yeah, I'm glad to be here. It's a privilege. I think there were a lot of entries or submissions made, and to make that top 8 is a great thing on its own as well. It's an achievement. Joburg is an intimidating place. I'll admit it as an outsider. But I don't think many people are actually from here as well. We come here to work, a lot of people. And of course, there's a family history of people from my own family coming to Joburg and some not being so successful. So there's also that playing at the back of my mind. But I try to look at it positively. I'm here to make my own road and to reshape certain things that have happened in the past, to have a great journey here. And yeah, so I'm not going to let those stories take me a different path. I'm here to work. I'm here to make partnerships with other artists. All right, so I'm here to complete a collection that I've been working on for a number of years. I'm not going to divulge the title yet, but it's a more cultural collection. I'm sort of speaking about family origins. For instance, my family, the Ntulis, begin in the Tugela River. So our origin story starts there. We were originally running away from the cannibals, according to my praise song or Isithakazelo Sakantuli. And so it's just me explaining to my brother about our origin stories and how As much as he wants to immerse himself in the contemporary world, he mustn't forget his roots. So that's my first sort of project, and then I'm gonna continue on another project, which is more lyrically inclined, more music based, because I'm known as a musical poet. I like to incorporate jazz, blues into my music. I'm into my poetry. Not a musician. Um, so we're working on that collection as well, but I'm continuing that one, sort of seeing what works, what doesn't. Yeah.